Staying in Nigeria, climate change experts have called on the government to come up with actionable steps aimed at mitigating the effects of climate change on the citizens. Now, this was during a one-day workshop organized by the National Council on Climate Change in the nation's capital, Abuja, ahead of the COP28 summit billed to hold in Dubai later this year. Marvelous Obomanu completes the report.
A panel comprised of seasoned experts on climate change drawn from across the world. The panel expected to review recommendations from 58 different sections from subsidiary bodies of the United Nations framework on climate change.
There can be no healthy planet without a healthy ocean.
Stakeholders here commend Nigeria's government for coming up with a legal framework and a supervisory agency overseeing activities of agencies working around the thematic area of climate change in the country.
We'll be talking about issues around climate finance, loss and damage, carbon markets, and a just transition. These priorities are shared priorities for climate vulnerable countries around the world with a development and with a sustainable growth focus. So coming together and agreeing these priorities, Nigeria puts itself in a great position to influence that global conversation.
Nigeria's children are most likely to be affected by climate change impact. What it really means is that there is a lot of work to be done. So in that context, I think this workshop is a really important one, and I really would like to appreciate the National Council for Climate Change really to leading this agenda and really organizing this stakeholder platform.
They say there is a need to come up with actionable steps aimed at mitigating the effects of climate change in the light of its toll on citizens in the country.
We are all living witnesses also to the ravaging flood of last year, 2022, which held the country to a standstill for days. The World Bank's Global Rapid Post-Disaster Damage Estimation assessment put the total direct economic damage to infrastructure at about $7 billion. This is equivalent to 1.6% of Nigeria's estimated 2021 GDP.
The challenges or the problems that come from climate change, they are borderless. When they start here, they get to the other point. It's important that we work together as a team.
I think so far, the key takeaway is that the African delegation is making some progress on loss and damage, which is the most critical thing that Africa needs to get out of climate negotiations. As most people are well aware, climate change is now very real to us, and the effects are being felt across Africa.
To make access to electricity highly improved, and to also reduce the amount of emissions from the many millions of small generating sets that are using both petrol and diesel, we are promoting the use of gas.
Marvelous Obomanu reporting for News Central.